So for today's video, we have another special credit card review. This time around, we're going to be reviewing the Macy's American Express credit card. Now, I've been wanting to do this review for quite some time. So the Macy's Amex credit card is a co-branded card between Macy's, which is one of the largest department store retailers, and Department Store National Bank, otherwise known as DSNB. DSNB is actually a subsidiary company to Citibank. So Citibank owns DSNB. So when you think about it, this collaboration is really between Macy's and Citibank. Now, although it's the American Express Macy's, one thing you have to keep in mind, right? There are four major credit card payment networks: Visa, MasterCard, American Express, and then Discover. So this card is simply using the Amex payment network. It's not underwritten by American Express. It's underwritten by Citibank. It's just using the Amex payment network. No different than, let's say, if you have a Chase card that uses the Visa payment network, or a Navy Federal card that uses the MasterCard payment network. You got to think American Express, yes, they are a credit card issuer, but they're also a payment processor as well. So they're one of the big four payment networks. So just to clarify that distinction, this is not an American Express card. It just uses the payment network. It's underwritten by Citibank, and it's a co-branded card between DSNB, which is a Citibank subsidiary, and Macy's, which is a large department store retailer. But anyways, one of the unique things about this particular credit product is the fact that you can grow to really, really high credit limits. Now, even though you might start off with $1,000, you can grow that limit because you can do soft pull credit limit increases. There's data points with people who grew their limits as high as $55,000, and a lot of other data points where individuals were able to grow their limit from $1,000 to $25,000 within 1 year. Now, the way the application process works, when you apply, you'll either get denied straight out, or get approved for the store version of the card, or get approved for the American Express version of the card. Now, when you get approved for the American Express version of the card, you have the option to pick the American Express version or pick the store version. I don't know why you wouldn't pick the American Express version, because it has all the same benefits, except you can use it outside of Macy's. Now, if you get the store version, it's not the end of the world, because another great feature of this particular credit card is the fact that the store versions can upgrade after a certain period of time. So let's say you didn't get approved for the Amex version, you got approved for the store version. You could use that store version, make on-time payments, and then after some point, that's going to vary, depending on that person's credit profile and if the system triggers an upgrade, but it can still transition to a regular American Express, the credit card that you could use outside of Macy's. So that's another great feature of this particular card. Now, in terms of who they pull from, so I did a little bit of an experiment. I froze all of my bureaus, and then I applied to see which one gives me a blocked inquiry notification. Now, when I did that, it was Experian. I've seen other data points where they pull Experian, but then there's others that claim that they pulled TransUnion, and I've even seen somewhere they were saying that they pulled Equifax. So with this particular card, and given that it's a big bank that's behind this, you could pretty much expect any of your credit reports to be pulled. And some of the other considerations may be where you are located geographically. They may pull from a different bureau. But if for anyone who has any data points, definitely let us know in the comment section down below who they actually pulled for when you applied for this particular product. Some other features: this credit card gives you 3% cash back at restaurants, 2% on grocery and gas, and 1% on all other. So, there are some other credit cards with those similar reward systems, but that's pretty decent if you ask me. 3% on dine-in. There's other 4% cards out there, but and there's no annual fee. Now, one of the downsides, this isn't a card that you're going to want to carry any type of balance over, because they do have a APR that's pretty high. But if you want a card that you can grow up to a high limit, this is definitely one to consider. So here we are on the Macy's American Express credit card application website. So Here we have a very, very happy shopper, right? Um, and as I mentioned, the 3% in restaurants, 2% gas stations, supermarkets, 1% everything else. And remember, the points you earn, that's redeemable only at Macy's. So just keep that in mind. It's not like cash back where you can get, to your checking account or anything like that. So a couple benefits, right? You get access to the American Express Ticketmaster pre-sale access, and this is a perk that a lot of Amex card holders have. So you can get pre-sale tickets to concerts. So there's different tiers in terms of how much you get back in terms of points on Macy's purchases. So soon as you sign up, you get 1%. But when you spend between $1 and $499 on your Macy's store card or Macy's Amex card, you get 2% back in rewards. If you spend between 500 and 1,199 annually, you get 3% back in rewards. And then if you spend over 1,200, then you get 5% back in rewards. So that's basically how their rewards works with Macy's purchases using your Macy's credit card. So, and that's going to be for either of the credit cards. They also have free shipping, no minimum, 25% off any day with star passes, and some other perks as well. And again, this just shows the reward breakdown based when you're using it outside of Macy's. Now, I also wanted to show you too. They're currently running a special. If you apply for this particular card today or tomorrow, you can get 25% off purchases up to $100 when you use your Macy's credit card account. When you apply and you use your Macy's credit card account. So that's current as of today, October 7th. So you could save an extra 25%. Now, just to kind of wrap this up again as a recap, you can expect any of your bureaus to be pulled on this one, although the data points I've gathered seem mostly to point towards Experian. However, your mileage may vary depending on where you might be geographically. You can grow your limit really fast with this particular credit account. The reason why you can grow your limit really fast is because a lot of these retailers, department store retailers, jewelry stores that offer these credit cards, they want you to spend money, right? That's why they're giving out or allowing the limits to grow so high, because a lot of these industries are kind of, suffering right now. And retail is in a depression right now, especially like brick and mortar retail. So they want you to spend money. So you could take that and use that to your advantage by you know, being able to grow a primary bank issued credit account on your profile. And it's going to go higher than a lot of other credit cards out there. So definitely check this out. If this is something you might be interested in, I'll post a link in the description. And if there's anyone who has the Macy's American Express card, definitely let us know what your thoughts and opinions are in the comment section down below. Until next time, y'all take it easy and we'll talk to you soon. Peace.